Imagine this, you're one of the most powerful men in the world. You've conquered nations, reformed an empire, and even have a month named after you. But on one fateful day, your closest friends, the people you trust the most, stab you in the back. Literally. This is the story of Julius Caesar, the man who shaped Rome, and the shocking betrayal that ended his life. Let's dive into the dramatic events of the Ides of March and why this assassination changed history forever. To understand why Caesar was assassinated, we need to rewind a bit. Julius Caesar wasn't just a leader, he was a rock star of the ancient world. He was a military genius, conquering Gaul, modern-day France, and expanding Rome's territory. But his ambition didn't stop there. He crossed the Rubicon River in 49 BCE, defying the Senate's orders, and sparked a civil war. Spoiler alert, he won. By 44 BCE, Caesar was declared dictator for life, effectively making him the most powerful man in Rome. But here's the thing. Power can be a double-edged sword. While the people loved Caesar, the Roman elite, not so much. They saw him as a threat to the Republic, a system that had been around for centuries. And that's where the trouble began. Enter the conspirators. Led by Brutus and Cassius, this group of senators wasn't just a random bunch of disgruntled politicians. Many of them were Caesar's friends. Yes, his friends. Brutus, in particular, was like a son to Caesar. But they believed Caesar's growing power was a threat to Rome's democracy. So, they hatched a plan: assassinate Caesar and save the Republic. Now, here's where it gets juicy. There were warnings. A soothsayer famously told Caesar, "Beware the Ides of March." Even his wife, Calpurnia, had nightmares about his death. But Caesar? He brushed it off. Maybe he thought he was untouchable. Or maybe he just didn't want to show fear. Either way, he walked right into the Senate on March 15, 44 BCE, completely unaware of what was coming. As Caesar entered the Senate, the conspirators surrounded him. One of them, Tullius Cimber, approached Caesar with a petition. But it was all a distraction. Suddenly, they attacked. Cassius struck first, but Caesar fought back. Then Brutus stepped forward. Caesar's last words, according to Shakespeare, were "Tu, Brute?" You too, Brutus? Whether he actually said that, we don't know. But the betrayal was real. Caesar was stabbed 23 times, and he fell at the base of Pompey's statue. Think about that for a second. 23 stabs. That's not just murder, that's overkill. It shows how much they feared him, even in death. The conspirators thought killing Caesar would restore the Republic. But instead, it plunged Rome into chaos. The people were furious. Brutus tried to justify the assassination, saying, "I loved Caesar, but I loved Rome more." But the crowd wasn't buying it. Caesar's death sparked a power struggle that led to more civil wars. Eventually, his adopted heir, Octavian, later Augustus, emerged victorious, becoming Rome's first emperor. So, ironically, the assassination of Caesar didn't save the Republic, it ended it. So, why does this story still matter today? Well, for starters, it's a timeless tale of ambition, power, and betrayal. But it also shows how fragile systems of government can be. The Roman Republic lasted for centuries, but it took just one man's rise and fall to bring it crashing down. Sound familiar? History has a way of repeating itself, and the story of Julius Caesar reminds us to be vigilant about power and its consequences. Julius Caesar's assassination wasn't just a dramatic moment in history, it was a turning point that shaped the world we live in today. So, the next time you hear someone say, "Beware the Ides of March," you'll know the story behind it.